And one of the more surprising moves of the NFL offseason, and certainly the biggest news across the NFL on Wednesday, San Francisco 49ers wide receiver Deebo Samuel has requested a trade. And as one NFL executive told me immediately after the news broke, there should be 31 other teams calling John Lynch today about acquiring Deebo Samuel in a trade. Now, I think there are three teams that make a lot of sense who could be in prime position to acquire one of the more dynamic and electrifying wide receivers in Deebo Samuel, fresh off a 1,400-yard, 6-touchdown season. But I think there are a few caveats here. Number one, the team that acquires Deebo Samuel is probably going to need to have at least 2 first-round picks in this year's draft, because just because Samuel requested a trade, Lynch and the 49ers are under no obligation to actually make a move happen. Number two, these teams are going to need to have cap space to fit a long-term extension for Deebo Samuel under the cap in future years. And number three, it's likely going to be a team that's aiming to compete this season that will be kicking the tires on Deebo Samuel. And I think the three teams that make the most sense are the Philadelphia Eagles, the Green Bay Packers, and the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll start in Philadelphia, where Eagles GM Howie Roseman has been nothing short of aggressive throughout his entire tenure as general manager. And they've done everything they can this offseason to set Jalen Hurts up for success, dropping Samuel into an offense that includes Devonta Smith, Miles Sanders, and Dallas Goedert would certainly elevate the Eagles potentially into the driver's seat in the NFC East, and maybe more than that. In Green Bay, the Packers created a need for themselves at wide receiver when they traded away Davante Adams to the Las Vegas Raiders. Aaron Rodgers is back in the fold, of course, but if this team wants to stay at the top of the NFC hierarchy, they're going to need a game breaker. They're going to need another playmaker. Deebo Samuel would certainly fill that need. They have multiple first-round picks from the trade that they made with the Raiders, and they have the cap space to get a deal done in future years. Finally, Kansas City, they just lost Tyreek Hill in a trade to the Miami Dolphins after their contract negotiation talks broke down. Samuel would be an ideal fix because he would replace the production that Tyreek Hill leaves behind. He's a similar player. He certainly can be moved around all over the field, all over the offense, at the wide receiver spot, at the slot receiver spot, in the backfield, and he would certainly be a matchup nightmare in an offense that already features Travis Kelce, Juju Smith-Schuster, and of course, Patrick Mahomes. So the three teams to watch, in my opinion, for a potential Deebo Samuel trade are the Philadelphia Eagles, the Green Bay Packers, and the Kansas City Chiefs.